What up, everybody? Alright, so waiting, man. Waiting. Playing the waiting game. I fucking hate it, man. I hate it. Freaking, quick little story. Last week, they called me Tuesday. Your carburetor's done. I'm like, holy shit, that's quick. Alright, cool. So, I get them their payment. They say it's shipping today. I says, okay, cool. They said they got a shipment going out of 3. So I'm like, all right, well, hell yeah, that's sweet. So they send me the carburetor. I go ahead Wednesday, because I was thinking Tuesday night. I was like, damn it, I forgot to ask him about that spacer. Because I'm thinking there should be a spacer in there, and I've been reading that it's good to put, I don't know if it's called wood. It's actually not a wood. It looks like wood. I don't think it is wood. Oh, there it is. This is what it's called. Here you go. Okay, that way that I'm not mispronouncing. And I don't even, whatever the fuck that word is. What, I don't know. I can't even fucking read it. Phenolic. Phenolic? I don't fucking know. Anyway. So, this is the spacer for my carburetor, right? And it's like a wood. Kind of looks like wood. Probably is. But anyway. Went in and ordered this. Called him up and was like, hey, I need a spacer, I think. You know, should I run a spacer? And he's like, well, that's really something that's kind of on you. He said, if you do need a spacer, that would be determined on a dyno or at the track. He says, you put it on, does it run better with it off? You know, blah, 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 blah. Like, all right, well, I says, well, why don't you go ahead and send me one of those? Because I need the carburetor to kind of come up a little higher for linkages and shit to match up, which we're going to talk about because I decided to go a different route. So they're like, okay, well, too bad you didn't think about that yesterday because we could just send it with the carburetor. I'm like, all right. So she hangs up, calls me back. Why don't I go ahead and put this down? She says there's an option on here for the shipping. We can get this to you the same day as the carburetor. It's supposed to come Saturday, which it did not come. My carburetor did not come Saturday. I'm fucking losing my mind. Reason I'm losing my mind is because there is no tracking on the carburetor. I don't have a tracking number, and they've been closed since Friday at noon, and I called them after that, so I have no information on where this thing's at. But I got the spacer Thursday, so I ordered the spacer Wednesday. I got the spacer Thursday, all right, from the same place as the carburetor, and they didn't order it from somewhere else. This came from them. So I'm like, man, my carburetor should have came then. So I'm like, did my carburetor get swiped? I mean, where the fuck's my carb? So I go to call them, no answer. Ain't been able to make contact with them. Not their fault. I should have asked the lady for the tracking number. Anyway. So, just kind of nothing to do this 3-day weekend because my damn carburetor didn't come. So I'm looking at the bracket, you know, I'm like, well, let's see what this thing looks like. What do you want? What do you want? You little shit. But anyway, so I'm like, let's see what this bracket lines up like, okay? Hush. So put the bracket on the damn intake, right? It don't fit. Like, why in the hell wouldn't that fit? You know? Why would that not fit? So I'll do some investigating. And sure as shit, this carburetor that I've ordered, I believe that all of their carburetors come with a 4500 base plate. I have a 4150. So I've got a 4500 gasket sitting in front of me, And I started doing measurements and shit. I'm like, all right, so this matches the measurements of a 4500 flange. I'm like, shit. Did I fuck up? Did I order the wrong shit? Well, I got to thinking about it. That just scared the hell out of me. And I told him, he asked me what intake I was running. I told him a BM1000. Now, if you look the BM1000 up, it does state that it is a 4150. So I'm like, man, did he make me the wrong fucking carburetor? So I look at their website, and sure as shit, the base plate on this carburetor is a 4500 flange. So that means I'm going to have to run an adapter plate. So I'm praying that they sent an adapter plate on the carburetor, or with it. I got a fuel log for it, all this. Ordered a couple of extra things, you know, fuel log and that spacer. So, kind of freaking out. Like, did my fucking carburetor get swiped? Because I go to look at my my cameras, and for some reason they were recording. So I couldn't tell you if it was on there or not. FedEx doesn't have anything for ordering my name. Neither does UPS. So like, unless this is coming a different shipping route, it doesn't exist in the shipping. I don't know what is going on. I'm freaking out though. I cannot wait until Monday morning so that I can call these people and say, hey, can you put an eye on that tracking and tell me if this thing was delivered or what's going on? So, while I was looking at all that, I decided that I'm going to go with a carburetor instead of the linkage. I'm going to go with a cable. I think it'd be a little easier. Like, for instance, if I was to, I have such a short link. If you can tell, that's my hand. So there's not, you know, there's not a full 12 inches. Okay. God damn them kids. Anyway, there's not a full linkage. Like, there's not 12 inches in there. So, in other words, if I was to raise the carburetor up, the linkage is probably going to have to go up. So, that means the shit ain't going to line up, blah, 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 blah. Thinking a cable is going to be the easier way to go. So, yeah, we're going to go cable on that. And then, watch out, Abs. Go. Damn dog. This is my pretty princess. I don't know if you guys have ever met Abs. Abby, come here. She is our little schnauzer guard dog. If you don't want people on your property, or for instance, if you want to know that somebody's walking around your house, or you want a good guard dog, you know, not an attack dog, just an alert dog, we'll call it, okay? She can hear people walking around outside. Like, it is crazy as hell, okay, how good her hearing is. And I mean, barks loud. Good girl. She is a good girl. She's a good dog. But anyway, so that's the lick, okay? I did get my throttle cable, or my throttle pedal, my fucking throttle pedal, gas pedal, put in the car. It's not completely welded in. It's just tacked. And a couple little spot tackers on there. And these are going to space it out. But this is kind of what we're going with here. Okay, got us the throttle pedal. Okay. And then I made a stop for it, which I haven't welded together quite yet. I'm not for sure if I need to make this shorter. And what I mean by that is, like, I ground some of this off. I might grind that to where there's barely any there, so I can take a little bit more of this off, and then I'll weld that to it. I'll shorten that bolt up in there a little bit, but something like that be my throttle stop, or my throttle pedal stop, for instance, yada yada yada. So getting this figured out here. Jester, Shut up. Fuck. And just messing around. I was lining up the floors today, kind of kicked them back in just to line everything up and whatnot. It's really looking good. I don't think I need to do any more of anything to put those in. So anyway, got to drill my hole. Like I say, I'm waiting until this carburetor's here. I'm going to order a cable mount that goes on the side of the carburetor so that I can run a cable, and then they've got a nice cable that goes with it, blah 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 blah. See which route I want to go. So in other words, I got to spend, I already bought a throttle linkage from Joe's. It was like 50 bucks, 60 bucks. But went ahead and got that, and I don't know if I'm really liking the linkage. I think it's so short. It's got to have a little bend in it. I just, like I say, I don't know if I want to mess with it. I think that if I put a cable on it, that I would be able to, if I had to add a plate in it to give it some height, it likes that, right? And I need more plate. Well, then I'd be able to move that up and down with no problem. The cable will just go up and down, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And it's just a pain in the ass, you know what I mean? Pain in the ass. I have yet to order the pump and all that shit because I'm also waiting on my stainless steel gas line still, okay? Which I will not order from these fucking people again. I'm not going to say no names. I'm done blasting people, okay? It might not be their fault, but I think it is, okay? Because, like, for instance, if you offer an 8-foot, what I bought a 10 AN and an 8 AN stainless steel hardline that are 8-foot long. I figured may as well just get 8 foot of it. I'll have a little bit to fuck with. Ordered that, and then I bought all the fittings that would take it from hardline to flex line, okay, steel braided line. So that I ordered not last week, but the week before that, like Thursday of last week. And I call them up. I'm like, hey, you know, where's my package at? You know, they're like, well, we had to custom build a crate for your fuel line. The fuck you mean a custom build? Anyway, so I'm still waiting on that shit. So I don't want to go and buy tubing for the fuel line to go through until I've got the fuel line. I know for sure. Like I said, I bought everything. I bought so much shit twice and not even used it. For example, fuel. I'm one of these. I'm gonna buy all the stuff to put a cable mount on it, and I'm gonna buy all the stuff to put a linkage mount on it, and then I got to choose which one I think is best. And then I bought one for nothing, basically. So there's a lot of wasted money in this thing. Which I'll turn around and sell them on Facebook and get a couple dollars out of them, but just waiting. I hate this waiting game shit. Hate it. I absolutely hate it. I believe that I'm going to start going through Hoosier Midwest, which is Algier Performance. They're a combination. They're like a one and the same. Years ago, I had some issues there. Nothing serious. I mean, just they dealt with it, and I wasn't too sure about going in there. And it's been years. They've all forgotten about it. I can finally go back into the damn race shop that we got here in town. So I think I'm just gonna start ordering through them. If I got to pay a couple more dollars, so what? Helps out my local boy Justin Algier and all that jazz. But other than that, I'm twiddling my thumbs and going freaking nuts, man. All I need is, this is the hardest part. Well, no, this ain't the hardest part, but it's one of them. Just trying to get all this shit figured out, yada yada yada. Hopefully I'll get some fuel lines this week. Hopefully, I pray to God that I'll get my carburetor that I've got invested in. Like, it was $800 down, $1,250 to pay it off. So that's $2,550. Then I had to get the spacer plate, which was a hundo, shipped to my door. That's $2,150. And then if I have to buy this adapter plate, and things are like another $100, $150, $200. So I'm gonna be like $2,400 into my fucking carburetor just to get it mounted. And from what they told me, from what they're saying, is they say you install this fucker to your car and you don't touch it. You leave it the fuck alone, and this thing gonna do what you need it to do. That's what he told me. So I just pray to God that it comes, because I'm worried that it's either been stolen or lost in shipment. Something's fucking going on, because I've called both these people. In the first package that I ordered Wednesday came FedEx. So I'm assuming they used FedEx to send my package. Well, when I called FedEx, you can give them your name and your address, and if that shit ain't in there, it ain't in there. Well, they don't have any information for me on any package that's coming to me right now. They had the information of the other little package, the spacer that they had sent the day after. They don't have any information about my damn carburetor, so I'm fucking freaking out. Like, I cannot wait to call these people. Good news is they open 2 hours, an hour. It's like 2 hours, hour and a half, something like that, ahead of us. They're ahead of us on time, so I'll be able to call them at like 7 in the morning and see what the fuck is going on with shit. And I'm praying to God that it's going to show up Monday. I pray. But when you got that kind of money just floating around out there, it is some fucking nerve-wracking shit. So anyway, besides all that, a little view on how this is going to look. This thing's going to do all right. Pedals are about the same height. And she is rusting up, boys. Look at that shit. Ain't no point out here hand rubbing on this motherfucker. Just keep doing it. I'm just gonna do it once. But I need this shit to show up so that I can get something done, man. I'm fucking freaking out. I gotta order a 5/8 tubing bender. I'm gonna buy a nice one to bend that tubing. Actually, I'm not buying a nice one. $45 on fucking Amazon, but it looks the same as like a rigid. It looks identical to a rigid. Okay, just a different distributor without Rigid's name on it, but it looks identical to the same bender. And I need to order a 45-degree flare tool. I'm gonna buy a flare, one of them flare things for the 45 that are 5/8. I need a 37-degree 5/8 flare on the end of my tube. So, got to buy a damn tubing flare thing, because the highest I can flare is 3/8. So anyway, all I'm doing is blabbing, guys, because I ain't got shit. To show you guys. I got an ass load of money out there trying to get shit here so that we can move forward. And right now, it is just, Which, shout out to Broswell. They told me 3 to 4 weeks on my carburetor. It was 2 weeks and a couple of days. Okay, so they got that shit done pretty quick. It's just, I don't know. I think I may have screwed up, because the lady was like, this is going to be a required signature thing. And I'm like, well, honey, the odds of me being home when that package hits, yeah, I probably won't be. I said, I'll look at my camera, I'll see the fuckers there, and I'll head home real quick, you know. So I opted out of that, and I don't know if that screwed me. I don't know what's going on. But anyway. So other than that, yep, be what I got. Hopefully this week I'll have some more. Drop a video of this new carburetor I got. All the stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, guys, that's about what I got. 20 minutes of blabbing, bitching. Not doing nothing. Not getting not a damn thing done. That sucks. Sucks. So, like I always tell you guys, love your neighbor, alright? prayers to Texas and fucking little children, man. I got a daughter of my own, man, and I'll tell you what. Matter of fact, well, I got a daughter of my own. I have no idea what that would feel like, and I don't ever want to know what that feel like, to be not knowing where my kid's at after something like that happens. So I pray that the good Lord helps us find those children. I really do. It's just a damn tragedy, man. Tragedy. But, and my damn daughter, 17 years old, got her a frickin' boyfriend. Oh, little shit. Little shit. I ain't met him yet. The mother's met him. I ain't met him. I told her, give it some time. He sticks around for a little while, and I'll say hello. But anyway, his name's Randall, which happens to be my middle name, so another scary thing. Being a father is a scary thing, boy. Scary thing. If you got a boy, you got to worry about that boy's pecker running around out there impregnating some girl at a young age. And now I got the daughter, which I was told whenever, this is kind of a funny deal. Whenever I was younger, I was told, we were talking, I can't remember. We were talking about boys and girls, and would you rather had a boy or a girl? And I was like, well, when a boy comes out, you got to clean that little fucker's dick and crying, and he's in pain from circumcisions and shit. Honest to God, I can't remember who told me it, but I remember it to this day. He said, man, it ain't one dick you got to worry about, though. It's all of them. I'm like, oh my fucking God, brother. I've been dreading this day for 17 long years, and here it is. Anyway, that's what I got, guys. Love our neighbors. See you on the next one.